Hello, Center Point Urbana Intermediate students. This is Mr. Haslett, your principal, and I just want to take a few minutes today to talk about hallway expectations at Center Point Urbana Intermediate. First of all, before we get started on the hallway expectations, I just want to mention our school-wide expectations. We want everyone at Center Point Urbana to be caring, positive, and upstanding citizens. Um, This is very important in everything that you do, that we here at CPU have a caring community. Everyone has a positive attitude, and we want all students to be upstanding citizens, making good choices all the time. So when you're in the hallway, um, you can go ahead and say this chant right along with me. We will be caring, positive, and upstanding citizens in the hallway. We are CPU. So why have hallway expectations? Why do we need hallway expectations? Well, hallway expectations are one of the most important expectations we have because learning takes place right inside those classrooms, just inside those hallways, right outside the hallways inside the classrooms. So we want the hallways to be a pleasant place for everyone. We also want the hallways to be a quiet place so learning can take place during the day. When you're looking at CPU, the C in caring means that we want students to use a level 0 voice when walking in line with their class during the day. When your teacher's taking you to specials, when teachers are taking you to lunch, or back to your classroom, you should be using a level 0 voice. That means that there should be no talking at all. Second part of caring is while waiting in the hallway. If you are in between classes and you're waiting to go into a classroom, it's okay if you use a level 1 voice. A level 1 voice will not be heard by anyone except for your neighbor because that's a whisper voice. And the third part of being caring in the hallway is to use a level 2 voice when entering and exiting the building. When you're coming into the building in the morning and when you're leaving on your way home, you can talk to your friends in a normal, quiet voice. The second part of CPU is the P for positive. If you're in the hallway and you do see a friend, it's okay to smile, give them a wave, a head nod. Somehow, if you want to recognize that friend, it's okay to do that quietly. Just make sure when you're in line, you're staying in that single file line, and you also are not going to um, make any type of level 1 or level 2 voice. It's going to stay at a 0 when you're in line. The third part is being an upstanding citizen. Being an upstanding citizen when you're in the hallway, first of all, means to use good line basics. As you can see in the picture here, students have their hands to themselves, they're facing forward, and they're in a nice single file line. We always walk on the right side of the hallway, and when you're in class or with your class, stay in a single file line. Um, the next picture that you can see on the slide is a student who went through the door and there's a person behind them. You should always hold the door for anyone that's walking behind you. So why is it important to have responsible behavior in the hallway? Again, we want it to be pleasant for everyone, and we want it to be very quiet so that learning can take place in the classrooms. So what does responsible behavior in the hallway look like? First of all, children are going to be talking to their friends while walking to their classrooms and to the bus, before school and after school. That's an okay time to talk because there's not learning taking place inside classrooms, but we do not want to get to a level 3 voice where it's very noisy in the hallway. When we see responsible behavior in the hallway, we are going to see people keeping their hands and feet to themselves at all times. During the school day, we're going to see nice, straight, single file lines walking to class and to lunch, walking to specials classes. We're always going to see single file lines when you are walking with your class. Teacher may be leading you, teacher may be following you, beside you. They're going to be close by monitoring, but you are going to stay in a single file line. And the last part of that is we're going to, if we do have children waiting in the hallway, if you're switching classes and you're waiting for a teacher to open the door for you, it's okay to talk to a person next to you, but it needs to be in a whisper voice so no one else can hear you. It'll just be that one person that you talk to. They'll be the only one that can hear you. So that gets into the sound. What is it going to sound like in the hallway? Well, before school and after school, we'll be able to hear children talking as they walk down the hallway. But during the school day, we're not going to hear any talking in the hallway. It's going to be really quiet in the hallway. If you walk down the hallway, you're going to hear teachers teaching inside their classrooms. You may hear children inside classrooms talking and learning, but we're not going to hear anything in the hallway because it's going to be completely quiet during the day. So what happens if you do show responsible behavior in the hallway? Well, we want that to happen all the time, and sometimes you'll be rewarded for that. You could get an individual bolt buck. Teachers will be carrying those at all times and can give you an individual bolt buck for that. If we see an entire class walking very quietly to class or to a specials class, then your whole class could possibly get a bolt buck from a teacher. When we have an assemblies, when we do have assemblies, children are going to be rewarded with monthly prizes, and classes, individual grade levels will be rewarded when they reach their goals that their teachers and the children set. So you will be rewarded by showing that positive behavior in the hallways. I appreciate you being wonderful listeners, and continue being CPU, caring, positive, upstanding citizens, and show that in the hallways at all times. Thank you.